what it is. We're trying to see if this audio is working. So,
it might be live right now. Okay.
Yeah, we live. We live like 95, as Law likes to say. I'm gonna put a little faint background music in the back right now. Let's see. Y'all the ones that they gonna probably say, "Hey, I need to,"
right?
Because they could hear me, but for whatever reason they couldn't hear you guys.
Right. That was weird, man.
Yeah. I think we are. Y'all get the noti?
I'm up live, but I want to.
Yeah, it probably never ended. You know how things stay live once you even end it.
I ended that. Hey, do we have audio?
It said we can hear. What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me now?
Let's go.
They can hear Law. They can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Here we go. Shit.
Hey, go do what y'all gotta do on your little,
Oh, do I gotta resend all this shit?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna hate me. They're gonna be like blocker. They're gonna be like blocker. I ain't sitting that shit, dog. I ain't sitting that shit. They're gonna be like blocker.
Cram.
Exactly. They're gonna be like, nah, you ain't sending two links. Hey, for real, if you send two links in the same spot, they blocking your ass.
Just run it back later.
I'm
just run it back later, man.
Hey, just get your asses in here because I can't block. I can't post twice. Them fools gonna block my ass. No
spam. So what they call it, big engine? Self-promoting. You're self-promoting.
Self-promoting. You can't promote it twice in a row. Block.
Are we good? Let me get to the chat, man. Y'all know how. Look, the late night hype. One thing we could do, we could bounce back.
Yeah,
we can bounce back.
You know what happened? Let me tell everybody. That was my cousin, Murphy Law. His birthday today as well. So
yeah, it's his big birthday today.
He said, "Oh, y'all ain't gonna represent me? All right, cool. All right.
I'm gonna shut this shit down right now.
Right. What? What? Okay, cool. Okay,
cool.
Y'all watch what's it called? Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David, he go hit you with this look like. Not gonna shout me out? Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right, we're back. Thank you guys for sticking with us or coming back. I don't know. It is what it is. It's a interesting Tuesday in the middle of. Let me make sure we're all good up here. Are we everybody straight? Yeah, we're good. All right. Interesting Tuesday in the middle of kind of a dead period for the Cowboys, but not really a dead period around the league, right? Shout out to JoJo, man, joining the membership squad. Appreciate you, bro. We were talking off air. You were going to ask us about Dak. We'll get into that a little bit later. Again, the phone lines are open. 727-731-1020. We'll see if Law's cousin Murphy will allow us to let that happen. If not, it's all good. We'll still be here in the chat. We got y'all. We hold it down. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I know it's Law's birthday, and y'all can send all y'all donations and the birthday wishes. We'll shout those out as well.
Yes.
You know? Big what is it? Law 38?
Yeah, man, 38, man. 2 years from 40.
Man, you young.
Don't even look.
Oh man, get out of here, man.
Older than 29.
I got 10 on you, hush.
Got 10 on me, man.
I got 10 on you.
I ain't gonna tell y'all my age. Y'all know.
That's what I'm saying. I probably got 15. I got 15 on Sky.
Right.
Not that far. Me and Law, not that far.
Smith and Wesson over here, man. 40.
You know
yeah. But anyway.
38.
I kind of wanted to open up the show with this before we get into our stuff, man. Y'all seen that damn trade, right? Y'all seen the Matt Stafford trade, the Jared Goff trade. Kind of wild. Right. If you ask me. But here's the details on that trade. So the Rams got Matthew Stafford. That's it. The Lions received Jared Goff, a 2021 third-round pick, a 2022 first-round pick, and the 2023 first-round pick. So that leaves the Rams without a first-round pick until 2024, and their last first-round pick will be Aaron Donald, will be Jared Goff in 2016. So Rams is like, we don't give a damn about y'all first-round picks.
Didn't they trade a bunch of picks to get him?
Yeah, trade a bunch of picks to get him. Trade a bunch of picks to get Ramsey. Now a bunch of picks to get Stafford. I mean, they truly don't care.
They don't care.
On one hand, I understand. I applaud the aggressiveness on one hand because y'all know me. I always applaud. I even applauded the Seahawks for their aggressiveness, even though I thought it was too much for a safety. I personally think this is too much for a quarterback. of Matthew Stafford's stature.
Right.
And that's not saying that Stafford's not good. I think Stafford's a good quarterback. I just wouldn't trade it for a 33-year-old quarterback who gets dinged up a lot and really quite show up in the big games. But that's just me, y'all. Y'all let me know in the chat if that was too much. But I want to know how y'all feel. Law, I'll start with you. Did you like that trade? Who'd you think won? All that good stuff.
Oh, my God. Well, it's one of those things where we would know down the line what Matthew Stafford can do against, I guess, a different scheme, a different coach, a younger coach. So my thing is he is a gunslinger. And the way and the style that the Rams ran their offense, I thought that it was very beneficial to Goff. So this is going to be very intriguing. My thing is what Stafford might look like is Kirk Cousins when Sean McVay was the offensive coordinator over there in Washington land. So it might be like that.
Kirk Cousins in Washington. That's interesting. What about you, James?
Because of the gunslinger mentality. Yeah, aspect of it. Yeah.
Man, Matthew Stafford ain't doing shit.
I should have known that.
He ain't doing shit. He ain't never did nothing. He ain't won in college. He ain't won in the pros. Now all of a sudden he gonna magically go to the Rams. He may happen. I can't say. I don't know the future. But from my perspective, Matthew Stafford ain't doing nothing. He hurt all the damn time. 33 years old. Now all of a sudden he gonna resurrect his career and with the Rams, and they trading all these picks and gonna do all this. And all of a sudden he's the guy that's gonna take them over the hump. Okay, I don't believe it.
I think that he's going to put up some numbers over there. I really do believe McVay's offense is quarterback friendly. And
I don't care if he was in Detroit. I'm sorry, Back Dog.
Are you talking about somebody in the comments?
Hell yeah, I don't care if he was in the damn Detroit.
Well, yeah, some good teams in Detroit.
That's what everybody says, though. You know, that's always the go-to point. Like every quarterback, just like Andy Dalton, you know, he didn't have any weapons. You know, they said the same thing with Matthew Stafford. If you go down my news feed, well, he didn't have any weapons over there in Detroit. Right. He didn't have a running game. He didn't have an Ezekiel Elliott. So we hear all of this news, but I know we're not talking about Dak Prescott, but that is what everybody, mama, uncle, cousin would say, that Matthew Stafford would be better over here in Dallas Cowboys land, and they would love to have him over here to passing the ball to CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper and beyond.
Yeah, if you want to go straight to the Cowboys connection, I mean, so Cowboys fans, are you willing to give up this much?
Hell no.
Hell no.
I'm not even willing to give up a first.
Hell
I mean,
no.
You know,
they gave up 2 firsts for some Matthew Stafford.
I mean, and people are going to come back at you with, well, they had to give up more to get rid of Goff and all this stuff. Cool. If that's how you want to take it, fine.
That's right.
But the whole thing with the Cowboys and Matt Stafford was that, well, go out and get Matt Stafford because Dak, you want to pay Dak Prescott and all this other stuff, or Matt's better or whatever. Okay,
right.
Whatever. Bottom line is you had to give up something, and from the reports that I was reading, the Rams actually sent a different offer, which probably was minus a first-round pick and probably that third-round pick, and the Lions said, "Nah, up it." And my man McVay went to, I forget the guy's name in L.A. and said, "Yo, we need more," and they said, "Screw it, we'll throw that extra first and probably that third," and they got it done. So in Dallas.
Is it true that Jared Goff was liking Jared Goff was liking his girl?
I have no idea how true that picture is. The internet's weird nowadays.
I know.
Yeah, you probably got to talk to somebody on a team, honestly.
I need to find that info out.
So, shame on whoever leaked the group chat. You know how the group chat is. You know,
that's
you're always
talking. No, you know what I'm saying?
What a shock!
You like my chick? You like my
sure
lady?
He probably
Bye.
said something, not to him, but amongst his peers. I mean,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, my thing is with the Cowboys in this Stafford thing. Are y'all willing to give up first and the third or first and the second or multiple picks?
No.
I know you guys aren't, but the people that are for Stafford, because there's some people in the chat that are for Matt Stafford, getting Matt Stafford. It would have took some first round picks apparently, or at least one. And I'm sorry, I'm not trading the first round pick for Matt Stafford, dog. When I personally believe the quarterback we got is fine. I'm not really
better.
Yeah, I'm
better.
Yeah,
he's better.
We can go there. We can go there too.
He's better.
My thing is, if you're going to do that, the quarterback has to be exponentially better than the guy I got.
He needs to be expeditiously T.I. better.
But here's the thing. I think Stafford is way more talented than Jared Goff. I do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Does that mean that
he's been talented?
Yeah. Does that mean that he's going to win the Super Bowl or something like that?
Hell
no.
I don't know.
I don't know because I only seen Matt Stafford in one real playoff game, two. You know what I'm saying? I think 2. And, that's where I'm going to judge these guys. How do they perform when the lights are on? Stafford? Yeah.
I mean, is it where you have Stafford because it's Detroit? I mean, if you a franchise quarterback, you're supposed to raise the level? And I mean, they did have teams where they competed for a little bit. It wasn't like they were like 0-15 every single year. But guess what? They would choke, and guess what? Matthew Stafford would make bad decisions, make interceptions when they were untimely. People forget that. People don't go back to when Matthew Stafford was throwing them badass interceptions. Oh, Matthew Stafford throwing all these yards. Yeah, he has. And when Calvin Johnson retired, he was having a damn good year, but he was still Matthew Stafford. Yeah. Matthew Stafford throws bad passes. Matthew Stafford throws interceptions. That's what Matthew Stafford does. It ain't just talent, Jeff George.
I love you just like me. Anytime somebody brings up arm talent, I'm like, yeah, Jeff George.
Jeff George.
I'm saying,
right. I still, Culpepper had a strong arm, right?
Exactly.
Stafford is a gunslinger's gunslinger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That he's going to throw picks. That's what he's going to do. Now, I do think he's going to put up numbers in McVay's scheme. Like, that's different. Definitely. Like, putting up numbers and then performing when the pressure is on is 2 totally different things.
Yes.
Like, I think he probably is going to put up Pro Bowl type numbers, at least for the first, because they're only going to keep him for 2 years. So, this is why I am okay with the Rams being aggressive. The Rams said, screw this. We're going for the Super Bowl the next 2 years. We'll deal with the rest after.
Right.
I might be a little bit jealous. I'm not jealous of the trade, Cowboys Nation. I'm jealous because franchises like the Seahawks, like the Rams, like the Patriots, like the Bucks now, like the Ravens. These franchises are not sitting on their hands. And they're not saying, but salary cap, so we got to save that for 5 years from now, just in case we got to pay X amount of player or what have you. They're saying, screw this shit. We're going to try to win the Super Bowl.
I mean, that's the way you got to go out there and look at it, because when you look at the Rams, draft picks are nice because they leave so much expectations on the table. But if you already have if you trust your coaching staff, right? They got rid of Wade Phillips, and they're still top 10 defense, I believe, this year. I don't think that they dropped off that defense. Much.
They didn't drop off at all. They improved.
They improved. So I didn't even look at their standings. Where were they ranked,
number
Scott?
1.
Oh, number 1.
They were best defense in the league.
The best defense in the league. Got rid of an old guy. You know what I'm saying? Became the best defense in the league. They shaking things around. So I believe, far as like the trade value, like the trade aspect of Goff being on a new team, that was good for him. Getting out of the L.A. Rams, getting that stench off of him, and Stafford getting to a new team, that's good for him as well. Leaving the Detroit team, going to another area, a prettier city, by the way. So
Jared Goff is whack.
I was about to say Jared Goff might be. And yes, Jared Detroit is Detroit, right? And nobody really too much cares about Detroit. But he ain't gonna have his quarterback coach in his ear no more before the play, right? He's not going to probably be in a quarterback friendly offense. No one knows what Dan Campbell's going to run, right? But we know McVay's offense is quarterback friendly. Everywhere he's been, he's only been in a few places, but nonetheless, he's made Kirk Cousins and Jared Goff look like Pro Bowl quarterbacks. They're not incompetent quarterbacks, but nonetheless, Jared Goff is.
He's whack.
That good to me. You know what I'm saying? Never been that good to me. He just always been.
He was whack when they drafted him out of college, and he didn't do nothing. I know Jeff Fisher was a goofy in his last little bit of a coaching. He was goofy as hell, but at the end of the day, Jared Goff was still not doing anything. And like you said, the coach brought his game up, but it wasn't like, even when his coach brought his game up, it wasn't like you were still looking at Jared Goff. Well, at least I was like, oh damn, now he's the truth. I was still looking at Jared Goff like, you average dude, you just got a really good coach. So now you ain't got that guy. You got a Dan Campbell, who I do like. Dan Campbell, I like him going over to Detroit, because now you got a coach who he inspired Miami over there, and I think, give him a chance, because he don't got nothing to lose. You feel me? So yeah, I like to see Jared Goff on there, but at the end of the day, Jared Goff, you super, 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 super average.
Yeah, it's another thing that at least the coach gonna say, "Hey, I'm gonna run through the wall for you." You know, he gonna be one of those guys. We'll see
Well, Dan,
what they gonna do. Yeah, Dan,
you can be run through the wall all you want. The quarterback ain't that type.
right.
that ain't Jared Goff. Pretty boy. No offense. I'm not saying he ain't a tough player. I don't know if he take hits and gets up. Who knows? But I do know a quarterback that will run through a wall and that gets other players to run through a wall. That's Dak Prescott. So, you know, am I willing to give up whatever it would have took to get Matthew Stafford? No.
Hell no.
Just pay the quarterback.
He's 33. We got our front office with a 33-year-old quarterback. Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, and then you got you got a lot of quarterback drama. You got you got A-Rod, who's I don't know if he's whining, whatever is going on over there. And then Deshaun Watson, and Kirk Cousins talking about maybe be going to 49ers. It's all these quarterbacks, right? And you got yourself a dude who's just chilling, not talking, not throwing his team under the bus, his players, the franchise. And he could of all the people, no offense to Deshaun, maybe Deshaun, but he got his bag. But of all the people, he the one that should be doing all this talking, the A-Rod talking, the Deshaun Watson talking, the Jared Goff talking. He should be the one, but he's not. You know?
That's why they playing this game with him.
Yeah. And guess what? The craziest thing is that it's almost time for Russell Wilson to get paid again.
No, what the craziest
the Young Bucks is getting paid.
No, right. What's even crazier is that it's February and the draft is in 2 months.
My thing is, and I know this is like, you know, bad, what do they call it? Unpopular opinion. My thing is, if the Cowboys do not believe in Dak Prescott, stop playing with us and do the inverse. Go ahead, sign him or tag him, what have you, and trade him. Tag him and trade him.
Stop playing the game with the
fans.
Stop
playing with it.
Stop telling us I mean, if you ain't really your guy, stop getting in the media. Stop telling us, Steven. Just shut the F up, Steven. If he ain't your guy, okay. You feel me? Okay. Just say it.
Let me play.
I live better with it, you know.
Let me play. I will live better with it if you say it.
Let me play devil's advocate on this one, because at one point, like maybe after 2017, I could be like, after 2018, I'm not sold on it. But if you want to say it after that because of how it started, I'm like, all right, Steven, if he ain't your guy. But it's 2021. There's a whole lot on the plate on his resume to see. There's a whole lot of tape. It's obvious improvements. The guy is a bona fide top 10 quarterback. There's nothing you can try to tell me to say that you're not sold on the talent that is Dak Prescott. So playing devil's advocate, what if they are truly sold that, hey, this is our guy, but they are just strict. They are what they are. Penny pinching ass mother suckers.
This is what I want to say this to you, Scott. I want to ask you. I didn't want to ask a question with a question, but this is what a theory to me. And let me tell you what I want to ask your opinion on it.
Yep.
You know how they're so strong on 5-6 year deals, right?
Right. That's what I mean. Like so headstrong.
Right. What if they're like the reason why they're not maybe caving to that, because maybe their thought is, if we cave to you on the 4-year deal, somebody good gonna come back right after you and say, well, you gave him a 4-year deal. How come I can't get this? And this is what do you think they might be worried about, we ain't set no kind of precedent with you because we ain't never really did this, and if we do it with you, other players are going to try to do it, so we're going to stick to our guns, and it's 5 or 6 and that's it?
That could be it.
Well, my thing is, it goes all the way back to principles. Like they said that they didn't pay aging running backs with DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray had one of his better seasons, and then the following year they let him go. And of course, he didn't pan out to his, expectations the previous year. But one can argue, and I know this could be semantics or this could be arguing over nothing, that if you had a healthy DeMarco Murray in 2015, maybe Tony Romo don't get hurt. Maybe, just maybe, the offseason, the continuity is there, and we establish something in 2015, and we won't be living through all of this stuff, right?
But the question I want to ask you, Law, not that. I don't want to ask you that. I want to ask you the 4-year to the 5 to 6 year deal. Do you think that they're not doing it because they don't want to set a precedent with Dak Prescott?
I believe so.
I think that's a great point, because if you look at my man JoJo, he says, if teams believe in their quarterback, or Jamie, I'm sorry, Teams believe in their quarterback, they sign him. No other franchise done this with their quarterback. No other franchise. That's where you need to start. No other franchise does any of this with any of their players except Dallas, Jamie. It did the same way with Dez. Dez had to wait till the 11th hour. Did they not believe in Dez? They ended up signing him. Ezekiel Elliott had to wait to literally hold out all the way to the week before the season. Did they not believe in him? I mean, clearly they did. They signed him. DeMarcus Lawrence got tagged once, got tagged twice, and then had to threaten not to get surgery on his thing. Did they not believe? They believed in him, sure, but they believed in him at the price they wanted, and eventually they got it done because maybe those positions were positions where they felt that it wasn't as huge of a cap restriction as quarterback, right? Which is bogus to me because you're still paying a ridiculous amount for a running back, and $20 million is not really 20, but close to it for a defensive end. So you're still paying a whole lot of money on the cap. So again, if I'm playing devil's advocate, do they believe in him? Because this is the thing. They don't believe in Dak Prescott.
They just don't believe in him.
They don't believe in him.
Playing devil's advocate. Did they not believe in Dez?
They didn't believe in Dez all the way.
Okay. Did they not believe in Zeke?
They didn't believe in.
What about DeMarcus Lawrence?
They were surprised. They were more so surprised that they didn't see that coming.
What about Amari Cooper? Amari Cooper had to wait to the 11th hour and threaten to visit to Washington.
Well, actually, this is the thing with Amari Cooper.
All those dudes did something that Dak Prescott hasn't.
Exactly.
Right. But they didn't believe in Amari Cooper though.
But Dak ain't.
They signed him to $20 million. How you not believing somebody give him $20 million a year?
Because Amari Cooper could have went to the Washington team. He was out the door.
Bam.
You see, Amari Cooper believed in the Cowboys more than the Cowboys believed in Amari Cooper.
How you not believe in somebody and I'm giving you $100 million and $20 million? That don't even make sense to me. That's what I'm saying.
But the Washington deal was more, right?
Okay, maybe Washington wanted to pay more, but that doesn't mean they don't believe in you. If your job, who loves you very much, says, "Hey man, I want to give you this much," right, which is an extraordinary amount of money, more money than anybody at your position, and then another job says, "Listen, dog, we'll up that by $2 more million." Now, it's up to you because either way, it's a ton of money. And of course, you're going to stay in Dallas, right? The better quarterback. You know what I'm saying? The better offense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my devil's advocate to this talk of the non-believing thing. Because I don't know how you don't believe in somebody you offer 5 years, 145.
Well, let me ask you this though. Let me flip it on you. You play devil's advocate to your devil's advocate.
Yeah, I remember we was doing that with both.
You dating Beyonce, and she give you an ultimatum to propose to her, and you say, "Nah, I allow you to date other men."
Who's Beyonce in this situation? Who is Beyonce in this situation?
I'm talking about Amari Cooper at this point.
Who is Beyonce?
Would you allow Beyonce to test the market?
Who's Beyonce?
Think about it. But think about this with Amari
Cooper. Amari
right?
Cooper, like he like Sierra. Let's be real. I like Amari Cooper. Beyonce is Julio. Beyonce is Devontae Adams. No offense, Amari, but come on, man. Anyway,
but see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They ain't gonna allow Adams and Julio to test the market. They won't. Yeah. You gonna cover that,
and that goes back to my thing.
Anybody though,
those franchise.
They've done that for everybody. They allowed everybody to just go out there and step out and test it because they think they so smart.
They ain't gonna let Dak test.
See, Big Game James.
They ain't gonna let Dak.
They was too scared. They was too scared to allow Dak Prescott to test the market last year.
They ain't gonna let him test this year.
They were scared last year, but what about this year though? Let me ask you this though. Let me ask y'all this, and we know this probably will never happen.
This is good.
What if Dak came tomorrow and said, "F y'all. If y'all, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not signing nothing. If y'all don't do that, trade me."
You didn't have to be tagged and trade.
I think if Dak came at them like tag and trade me, I think they would try to trade him.
I think so too.
I think they would try to find.
I think they'll listen. If Dak says I don't want to be, if Dak says I don't want to be here, I mean you can't. That's it. It's over. It's like Deshaun Watson. You can't mend it. If Dak says I don't want to be here,
I'm not saying he says I don't want to be here.
That's what you said. You said F y'all.
Well, not
F all y'all.
If he's saying like
F all y'all.
Hey, I'm not signing that y'all. Yeah, I guess you can't say it. Like
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like if Dak go to them and say, "Hey, I want to work something out,"
do that shit.
but if we can't work nothing out, then I'll look for a trade. That's kind of mutual. Right. That's not a bad. That's not bad. Yeah, but if you go to them and say, "F y'all, trade me," then what do you got to do?
I'm talking about the first one you said, because you know he ain't gonna come like that. But if he came like, listen, if this can't be worked out, let's work out something mutually where I can go somewhere else.
Well,
do you think they would do that? I think they would.
If they don't,
as long as they get something in return. Let's say
they're gonna do it for nothing.
Hard as hell.
They don't do nothing for nothing.
They'd be like, we guess what? We can load up on this now. No, you're not, because y'all goofies.
Right, but let's say if on the flip side we get a deal like Matthew Stafford, all of those two first round draft picks, a sacking or whatever. Would you do that for Dak? Would you be okay with that for Dak? If
Dak doesn't want to be here.
As long as he doesn't want to be here,
as long as he don't want to be here.
Okay.
Yeah. If he doesn't want to be here, and you say what, 2 first rounders for Dak? Yeah.
You have to.
I'm taking that.
Do y'all think a team would give us that?
If they don't, then he's staying. Yeah. I'm not giving. We starting at this Matthew Stafford thing.
If Matthew Stafford at 33 is getting 2 first rounders, damn sure Dak should get 2 first rounders.
We starting at that.
That's what gotta happen, because Matthew Stafford ain't did jack.
But here's a problem though. I said this on the video before. Dak has more leverage than a lot of people think when it comes to this trade stuff, because he's not under contract.
Right. So
any team that wants him, he has to agree to go to. So they have to tag Dak, and then Dak has to then agree. Yeah, I'll go to Miami, whatever. I'm just throwing names out there. Yeah, I'll go there, because they're going to give up a king's ransom, and then they have to sign him to an extension. And no team is giving up a king's ransom for a rental quarterback, and the Cowboys are not trading Dak Prescott for a 3rd round pick. This is not Josh Rosen.
Hell no.
Right.
They're going to want big money.
Right.
Oh, and let me say this, because you know how things go, Sky and Big Game James. We are only objectively speaking, okay? So we're not saying that these things will happen.
We're just
I don't care what they hear from me.
You know how they be, Big Game James. Yeah. Hold on, late night.
Like
hey, they talking about trading that.
I don't give a hell what they say. You can say it objectively. I'm saying what I'm saying.
So
if go ahead.
I just want to keep. I just like this conversation's where it's going, because somebody had mentioned, trade him for Deshaun or with all that good stuff. We talked about. I don't know if we talked about it, but this has been talked about ad nauseum. My thing is, if they're looking to tag and trade Dak, I don't think they're looking to tag and trade Dak for a quarterback that's coming back with $40 million, because they can just literally sign Dak Prescott.
They're gonna draft.
I think exactly.
Draft one of these young boys. That's exactly what their eyes are gonna do.
Well, in this scenario, we're not saying they're going to do that.
No, I know. Yeah, we're saying
you gotta watch. We how people are watching.
Don't be misreading and get the. They said on the late night,
right? That's what I'm saying.
No, we didn't, you mother sucker. You better rewind 1532.
In this scenario, I don't think they'll be trying to get a Matthew Stafford. Hell, even a Deshaun Watson, because we can just sign your quarterback in that case.
Money.
They would be looking to draft a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. They're going all the way up.
And I'm not. I mean, listen, Trey Lance is the eye of everybody's apple right now, if that's the terminology. I don't know.
You better be right.
In that 10th, people are saying Mac Jones. I'll throw up.
You better be right, Cowboys. If
y'all think Trey Lance finna come in here after having a year and a half at an FCS school, North Dakota State.
And these Cowboys fans that are all on these quarterbacks, and if he plays like trash, they're going to be brutal on him. All you Cowboys fans, get Dak out of here. The grass ain't always green on the other side, you little suckers.
But they get to skating, Big Game. You saw how quick they skated with Andy Dalton, right?
Yeah,
where they at now? I'm trying to look for.
Hey, they was skating backwards on that one. They was roller skating backwards. Look, they was doing all that. Hey, it was roller skating all that.
I couldn't find anybody in here defending Dalton
until he had them couple good games.
He had a good game against Minnesota. And it was
I told you he was good. I told you we always complain against him. I told you.
Okay. Yeah. It's
my guy said Deshaun Watson was 0-10 against over 500 teams. Just thought throw that out there.
Listen, nobody's good. I'm glad you did, because no one's ever going to bring up his record against.
I just want to say that
Kirk Cousins' record against 500 teams.
0-10.
Matthew Stafford's record against 500. It's only Dak.
It's only Dak. Yeah.
0-10. All y'all Watson lovers.
Oh, and there's a stat out there for Rodgers, 0-42 or something like that. In the fourth quarter, trailing.
Seriously?
0-42 in the fourth quarter, trailing by a team that's at the time, with a team that's above 500 or a winning team. He's 0-42. And
listen,
that's
guys,
crazy.
I don't
numbers.
even like to hold these things over quarterbacks' heads too much. Because
you're gonna hold over Dak, I'm gonna hold over y'all.
Because what I like to do is say, all right, we got go investigate some of their bigger games, right? Go investigate those games or what have you. I've seen Dak Prescott perform in the playoffs. I have.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen that. That's why when people were saying all this Andy Dalton stuff and look at his stats in Cincinnati, I'm like, fam, forget all that in the regular season. What the hell did Andy Dalton do in the postseason when it mattered?
Scott,
he was horrible.
I love your recall, man. You got one of the greatest brains out there as relates to that. Can you go over just briefly go over all of Dak Prescott playoff games and let me know whether or not it was Dak Prescott's fault or the defensive fault when you go over?
Well, I don't even. Everybody should remember those games, right? And the Green Bay game as a rookie, the first quarterback in Cowboys history to throw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, brought the team back down 18. People will try to blame it on Dak, though. Believe it or not, I've heard that. Which is wild to me.
They are definitely blaming it on him.
But they blamed it on him. But nonetheless, our defense could not stop Aaron Rodgers. Couldn't stop a nosebleed that day. And a couple calls here and there, questionable decisions. The spike I didn't like, whatever. But nonetheless, Dak performed well. We're not, as collectively as Cowboys Nation, are we really going to get mad at Dak for that game? Really?
Well, the weirdos will.
Seattle, Dak had a good game. I don't want to call it great, whatever. Dak had a good game, made some very great plays at the end. Obviously, the iconic ones where he's stretching the ball out, 3rd and 14, some big throws in that game. He fought back from adversity. You want to see that as well. Threw the interception in the red zone, came back down, scored a touchdown. So, great game, good game in that game. Next game against the Rams, got us out to a 7-0 lead. Offense kind of struggled there in the middle of the game. At the end of the game, he put them back on their back, drove down, scored a touchdown. Cowboys need to get a stop. Just need to get a stop. Defense couldn't give a stop.
Jared Goff to the corner.
I mean, I'm not complaining about Dak Prescott's playoff performances. But if you go look at Andy Dalton's, I mean, that's neither here nor there. But look at Matthew Stafford's as well. I'm just saying.
Was he one?
I don't think Matthew Stafford won one. Did he? Did he win a playoff game?
No, yeah.
He ain't won shit.
He has not.
He ain't won Jack Poo.
But shout out to D-Law in that playoff game because he redeemed himself.
He redeemed himself. That was crazy.
Yeah, redemption.
Yeah,
2014. Yeah, that's what he had the goofball play and he came back with the strip sack fumble.
Yes, because it wasn't a fumble. He picked up and fumbled it and gave it back to him or something.
And then he fumbled it. Yeah, he fumbled. He picked it up and he fumbled it back.
I lost it.
I was like, oh, yes, no. Oh, you big dummy.
Man, he said, how the hell did Rodgers hold on to that ball? I don't
know. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, Jeff Heath on that sack? Yeah. Bro, any other time they grab both your arms, you dropping. This motherfucker going to hold it this time. How? Why?
Yeah.
Gabriel said, I'm tired of seeing these franchises go to the Super Bowl within 3 seasons of rebuilding, but we can't seem to do that. That's because if you go look at those franchises, they probably made some type of significant trade or significant free agency acquisition, and Dallas refuses to do it. Yeah, they are living on this mentality that you can only build a team through the draft. Yes, your foundation, your core does need to be built through there, guys. But you have to learn how to play free agency, how to play the trades. And ever since free agency came in, Jerry Jones lost. He don't know how to do it.
But you know what? I'm going to say it like this, and I said it on my Twitter, but I said it wrong. Twitter, you can't never do it on that damn ed button. Y'all rich as hell over there at Twitter, and y'all can't get that ed button. That throws me all the way off. But I was saying, you know what? When Jerry was here, and, Jerry be frustrating me like a mother sucker. But one thing I will say about Jerry, he went out there with Joey Galloway and those when back in the day, like when people were clamoring, man, we need this, Jerry didn't give a hell. He said, all right, I'm going to go out there and get this. I'm going to spend this money. I was feeling him with that, even though maybe overspending, but I didn't never get mad at him because he went out there and said, all right, you know what? We need this. We need that. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go spend it, and we're going to try to make it happen. I was feeling him. But you know what happened? His son neutered him.
Yeah.
His son cut his balls off. Just straight neutered him. And since he neutered him to the point now, he like, well, I don't know, because you neutered. You ain't got no balls, and Steven done took over, and he like, I ain't feeling that. We ain't going to do it this way. We're going to do it this way. And we seen this cheap way, it ain't going to work. You ain't got to go nutty in free agency, but it's been proven time and time again, you're going to have to go in free agency and do some things in there to get over the top. And if he keep on thinking we're going to do this thing and pay our own, and you still play the games of paying our own, bruh, you look so smart, you're stupid.
He's trying to be the smartest man in the room, and he's looking
trying
dumb.
to be the smartest
Everybody
man
around the league is
laughing at him. You a laughing stock, Stephen Jones, right now, because you're trying to be so smart. You remember in 2018 when he traded for Amari Cooper, he was sitting on that throne like he was the world's greatest GM. Yeah, you seen what we doing on that trade. Man, shut the hell up. It's 2021 now, bruh.
Yeah. And I think those situations that you mentioned, man, the Galloway and all of the stuff that Jerry was willing to deal in.
That was dumb, though.
Let me ask you this, though, Big Game James. What's your recall on Galloway? What was it, injuries, or was it like the fact that we didn't have a quarterback at the time? It was Detroit, man. It was kind of a little bit of. It was just a matter of circumstances, because I think he went off to the Buccaneers.
His first year, he blew his Achilles out.
That's what it was.
When he signed over.
But he ain't had no business doing that. You gave up 2 first-round picks for a wide receiver in his 30.
But what I'm saying is, Sky, you just said that you probably didn't like how they did it with the Rams and stuff, but you gave it to him because they was aggressive. That's what I'm saying. He was still aggressive and always trying to get something better with the team. But when Steven stumped in and with all that money shit, he neutered his ass and made him be like, okay, well, whatever you want, Steven. And Steven done switched the whole narrative.
And it's funny because when Steven did it, I'm like, all right, good, because we were, I hate to use this term, but we were in cap hell because of the contracts Jerry was handing out to most of his players on the team. Little did I see that Steven would continue to be in that cheapskate route and never adapt and adjust to the league. You have to be able to adjust, and I don't think the Cowboys, Jerry basically and Steven have been able to do that enough. I just don't. So now we're hoping, right, that our players can overcome this. Our players that we draft.
That's what it's going to happen.
We not only have to
hit
on first round picks and second. We need our third and fourth and fifth round picks to play almost to Pro Bowl levels, because you're not going to get maybe a third round pick you would trade for Marcus Peters, right? That third rounder that can be JJ Wilcox. I'm thinking of defenders, can be Jordan Lewis, guys that are never breaking through that ceiling.
Yeah,
but everybody, we know this draft strategy right now. If they do the exact same thing for what they did last year,
I don't know their draft strategy.
Well, let me say this: if they do the same thing that they did last year, that would be cool. But if they do the same thing they did the previous years and beyond, it'll be like this: they make the splash pick with the first, or try to at least. And then when the second round, that's going to be their gamble pick. If it's a guy with drug issues or if it's a guy who's injured, that's where they're going to swing at in the second round. I hope that they don't do that this year. Do y'all know anybody with injuries or drug issues, anything like that?
Oh, man. I think we're cool on the marijuana because we just draft marijuana guys. We don't draft cocaine guys. So I think if we draft marijuana guys, we cool.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. I don't know it off the top of my head, but the draft last year kind of fell our way in a sense. I still felt like we drafted with no plan, and I'm always skeptical about that. I'm not saying you go in there when you window dress your draft board, right? If it's BPA, it's BPA, but it's BPA if it makes sense. That's kind of what I'm sticking with. It's not just BPA just cause. Like, I'm not going to take a quarterback just cause, or I'm not going to take a wide receiver just cause. Like, you got to there has to be some type of plan there. But when I look at other teams, man, how they draft, I always feel like, man, they're drafting because they're drafting these players that fit in a culture that this team has. I can't say that for Dallas, even though we hit on all, and we be hitting, like we hit last year. But as it's going, I'm like, all right. I mean,
don't matter. It's like a waste.
Well, it's not even. It's just like what are they going to be here? Like, what role or where are they fitting? Like, when you draft a certain player for say the Ravens or the Steelers or I don't know what other team, kind of just a team that kind of has a pedigree, right? It has a foundation. All right, they took this dude to play weak side linebacker this kind of way, and they took him because of these traits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dallas don't be having. What are we here? What are we? Now, here's the hope. Dan Quinn's here. Dan Quinn historically has that kind of foundation for a defense. There was no foundation with Mike Nolan. Even with me being upset with Rob Marinelli, at least you knew what we was getting. Like, you couldn't even be mad, right? Because you knew what he was getting.
You was getting that one gap system. You knew you was playing that damn zone, and you knew what it was. But you knew guys was going to play hard.
Right.
You accepted that.
So I'm hoping that there's some type of plan. That's all. Still draft according to your board, but not just willy-nilly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, man, we gonna see. Like you said, Sky, especially what you're saying. Do we ever just have a plan? It just seems like we really don't. We draft good. I think we got some good scouts up in there, and Will McClay does his thing. But it's all, it's just.
First of all,
all right, I'm just gonna stop.
First of all, let me holler at this dude right here, whoever this dude is.
Who's that?
I don't.
Oh, and I meant to say risky pick, not drug issues, of course.
Calvin. Calvin said they never take calls. Listen, brother, we tried to set up the calls. Number one,
right.
Number two, we don't care who you are. If you get in and you're in line, we just click the next button for you to come on. Unfortunately, the calling system with all three of us is not working right now. But
we're trying to figure that out. Yeah.
We ain't scared of you. Can you play that, please?
You damn sure ain't scared. Listen, y'all know how.
Please play that.
Scared of you, mother.
Please don't.
I tell you all the time.
Please don't ever think that.
I invite
not
you
scared
guys.
Of none of you motherfuckers.
If we can't get to you here, you're more than welcome to come on.
Come to personal channels and we can go at it.
Yep. And it ain't not like we ain't gonna throw blows or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Verbal blows.
I ain't gonna none of that.
verbal warfare. You feel me?
But I do open up.
Good verbal warfare.
And people know. People that come to the channel know the phone lines be open. I didn't know.
Right.
They know. Rolando says, Sky, the Cowboys are the wealthiest sports team in the world, but want to pay their players like they're going to the Dollar General. Go Cowboys. Yeah, unfortunately, I wish that the cap had nothing to do with, I wish we could just say, oh, whatever team has the most money.
Did Casillas just say something? Didn't Tony Casillas just say something, or was that a fake quote?
Oh, no. I think he said it,
Was that a real quote or was that a fake quote?
Oh, you talking about fires? Oh, okay.
They be bringing on fake-ass quotes. He was talking about, remember how we've been talking about how Jerry, we know he want to win, but it ain't number one out there. And Tony Casillas, from what I said, I don't know if it's here for sure, but he said he's disgusted by it because he says the same thing. They still talking about the product and not the play.
I wish we did have our lines because we know what we don't get anymore when I have to call in people that are anti-Dak. I would love to hear their explanation, not through text because they all can't put it down here. Somebody said y'all swear that we think Dak is Patrick Mahomes.
There's only one Patrick Mahomes.
That's what I'm saying. That's people don't watch. That's people don't watch the channel, and I don't even want to call you goofy because I don't want to disrespect nobody. But that's just a goofy statement. You don't watch the channel. You don't listen. We never said nothing like that, and you just trying to get some fame right now. I feel like, in my opinion.
And this is another thing that I got to add with Patrick Mahomes. I don't think, and now y'all can crucify me if you want, but I don't think Patrick Mahomes would be Patrick Mahomes without Andy Reid. I remember, and you guys can Google it. He said, "Hey, when he came into the NFL, he didn't know how to properly read defenses. He had to study. He had to the coaching staff set him to the side, and he actually sat out for first 8 games, sat behind Alex Smith, got a chance to be. It was all season.
All season.
So those things count, and Patrick Mahomes is a gem, and hopefully we'll see what he's going to do Super Bowl weekend as well. But let's just pump the brakes. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Dak Prescott is Dak Prescott. Two different quarterbacks.
Yeah, we ain't never said nothing like that, so you a damn lie.
There's a lot of people that think like that. That's why this is being pointed out. People think we put certain players on a pedestal. No, he's top 10 quarterback. I mean, that's. Right. I mean, I don't know how.
First round draft pick too.
How are we arguing this anymore?
Yeah, I ain't even jumping in that line because you a liar.
Nonetheless, man. Y'all want to do the hashtag right now?
Hashtag it.
Hashtag
so
we're
gonna flip the script on y'all with the hashtag late night hype. Still hashtag late night hype. To get the questions in and what have you. But the way we're going to do it is kind of more of a back and forth between Law Nation and James. Kind of similar.
Law.
We right here.
We right here. You about to
bring it.
Kind of similar.
You ain't going anywhere.
You about to get stomped.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it kind of similar to how Around the Horn does it, right? Point system or what have you. Let me see if I got some music for y'all.
Shout out to Brandon, man, for the $5, man. Appreciate you, man.
Shout out to I missed that.
That's a lot of.
Yeah,
let me turn that ching down. That's that Jerry Wayne. That's that Wayne ching.
Brandon said.
Jangling ching.
Brandon said.
Jangling.
Franklin Mack McCain, top flight cornerback from North Carolina A&T, has 6 picks in one season, 5'10", 4'4" speed. He just throwing out names. Right there. We'll have to go check him out. Go check him out, bro.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, hey, shout out, that's dope. Hey, and I think you posted it today, Sky, too. Shout out to Chris Richard getting on with the Saints, man. He deserves that. Shout out.
That?
Chris Richard got on with the Saints.
Who that?
Yeah,
Who
man.
that? There you can come about.
Big ups to Chris Richard because I think he needs to be in the league. I don't think he's some horrible coach. It didn't end well in Dallas, but that don't mean he's some terrible coach.
Big ups.
I'm trying to ignore some of these. I'll come back to that question, Dr. Football.
Oh Lord, don't bring Dr. Football in here. He nothing but controversy.
No, that's my dog, man. He needs some objectivity, man. Dr. Football, he be all in my comments, man.
Dr. Football be going ham.
Ham. He don't post like one sentence. He posts like a full paragraph.
Of course, he's no disrespect to you, Dr. Football, but you wild, bro.
He's a doctor for real, for real.
Is he? He wild. He a wild doctor. Don't operate on me.
Oh, boy. All right, look, we're going to do hashtag late night hype. So we got to get them in here. I don't see too many right now. If you have a question for the panel, do hashtag late night hype or LNH, the question behind it. Obviously, super chats take precedent, so they'll go ahead and we'll try to run down as many as we can. And like I said, I'm going to pit these two against each other on the question. And if I like their answer, or don't like their answer, they get that. If I like their answer, they get one of those things. Kind of just like you see on Round the Horn. So let me just go through here real quick. Shout out to David Jenkins in the building, by the way. Shout out to all y'all.
What up, David?
Shout out to the mods, man. Rublock.
The mods.
Mods, you know.
And of course, our guy Sosa. He's in the building.
Sosa.
Oh, I really want to answer this question so bad for him. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. You know what? Hey, Doc, we could use that question for hashtag late night hype, but I didn't see a hashtag next to it. All right, so here we go. Hashtag late night hype. Steve Lupton, should we move on? James won't like this. From Tyron Smith. We'll start with you, James.
Yes.
Whoa, why? You gotta be more than yes or no answer. We gotta do some, know.
Because he's 30 years old. He's just coming off a neck surgery. He's had a bad back, guaranteed, missing 3 games the last 4 years. He's not going to get any better. I haven't seen players come back from neck surgery at 30 years old and continue to be productive. And if you have a high draft pick, if you go at the number 10, you could still draft a Slater, and you could still get defensive players later in the draft because you got a horde of picks. So my thing is look out for your future. Tyron Smith is not going to be here another 5 years, so look out for it now.
I'm mad at that.
My answer would be no. You look at Tyron Smith, you got to look at the situation that he's a veteran guy at this point. Yes, he's long in the tooth. He's under contract, by the way. What you do is you use Tyron Smith as a bridge guy. Don't cut the guy. Listen to me, Cowboy Nation. Don't cut the guy, eat that dead money. What you can do is with the 10th pick coming around in this draft, maybe you get a Rashawn Slater. Maybe you have that situation whereas you got now a veteran guy that can help aid and facilitate him on his way. So that's what I look at it with the Tyron Smith, knowing you got to preference it with the fact that you're not going to give him for 6 to 17 weeks now.
I like both answers. I wouldn't cut him, not right now. I just ride it. You got him for cheap, Just ride
trade him.
Yeah, you trade him. Might be nice. Son. I'm gonna say Son Gohan, $4.99 donation. Appreciate it. He says, I know we don't talk about Earl Thomas a lot, but don't y'all think we should give him a call? It would be a huge upgrade for the Cowboys. Go ahead, Law. Or James. Sorry.
I say give him a call, but that's about it. I mean, we haven't seen him in a whole year. My thing is he wasn't great in Baltimore. You have the reputation. I was feeling the Earl Thomas thing back in the day, but he hasn't seen the field. He wasn't the player he used to be. People keep living off the name. I don't trust it. And it ain't even about the locker room no more. There's other guys in the draft. There's other guys in free agency. Why are we living off an old name that is going to come in here and all of a sudden resurrect his career in Dallas? He's going to resurrect in Dallas. People don't come to Dallas and resurrect their careers. They come to Dallas and fall off. So no, I'm good on that train.
All right. Well, I look at it like this, Scott and Big Game James. I look at the way that Earl Thomas had this last year during the Christmas holidays. It was reported that he got into an altercation with his wife, family member, by busting out windows and things like that. So that's a no-go for me with Earl Thomas. It's just not hit the news because it's not in Dallas land. But if I can only imagine if he played for the Cowboys, it would be another suspension. It would be another A. Will this guy play week 1, week 2, week 3? So I think that ship done sailed. There's younger guys out there in the market, in the free agency. It's just that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones have to open up their wallets to bring those guys in. Justice Simmons.
This is a clean sweep here. I listen. Y'all know me. In the offseason last year, I was all for trying to go get Earl, but more things have compounded on top of his off-field problems, and I don't want to deal with that, man. Dallas, these things get focused on more than any place in any sport, really.
Right.
So I just don't want to deal with that, man. There's players that you can throw out there at free safety. Let's just rock out, man. I would have loved to have Earl last year, but I still think he could have been good for this team. I don't know how good he would have been in that system because Nolan's system's trash, but I guarantee you he would have been better than anybody we had. Nonetheless, I wish it was kind of flipped. I wish last year we maybe had Quinn as our DC, because then it'd have been a no-brainer to bring in a guy like Earl Thomas to play in that system. But that ship is sailed. That ship is sailed.
Yeah.
Marcos, I'm not even going to try to – I don't want to mess up your last name, Marcos. Appreciate the hashtag late night hype. He says bringing in Sherman or a similar player for free agent for leadership, not drafting a cornerback in first round, trading back in first, drafting tight end Pitts, O-line, wide receiver. Oh, this is a lot. Use the third on cornerback and a second on Aleem McNeil. Not really a question, kind of a statement. Marco. So I'm going, that was a whole lot. But I'll touch on the Sherman thing. And he says bring in Sherman or a similar player for leadership. I think we all agree we need to bring in a veteran secondary player.
Most certainly.
Like, you got to, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You got two players. What? Who you got on the roster? Two young bucks, Diggs, Robinson, Darian Thompson. But Darian Thompson.
Right. He's still under contract?
Yes.
Thompson. He got what? One more year?
Yeah. I think that's it, really. For like the guys that have played. We don't have anybody, so you got to bring somebody. Okay. Hashtag late night hype. QPW says, what are your dark horses in the draft? We'll just do one. Your one dark horse. James.
Damn.
Law. Go ahead, Law.
Oh my goodness, Jamie Newman, I like that kid. Out of Wake, yeah, he's a dark horse way down there. He might bring in something to the table if the Cowboys decide not to sign a certain quarterback or try to do something else with a quarterback. I like him.
I can't dark horse. I'm talking like 5th round. Sorry, I'm not even that. I'm not even
right. Way in the back. But look up Jamie Newman though. Y'all look up Jamie.
Y'all he hit me with that. I'm sorry. I'm not at the dark horses yet. I'm still at the top horses.
Yeah, and I don't want to. I could name
off
some top 100 guys, but I don't really. Is that dark horse?
I would be lying.
I want to go there too.
I don't want to be faking the funk. I'll be a liar, and I don't want to do that.
Okay, let me hop it over here, y'all. Justin Parker, hashtag late night hype. Your off-season priorities to fix this Cowboys team.
Oh my goodness.
I'm only going to tell you one, but
I already know. Y'all don't want to hear mine, so let me
probably don't want to hear mine either.
They don't want to hear mine. So I'll
interior.
Well, they got to hear his question, so go ahead and give it to you.
Okay. All right, so go ahead, Law.
I'm just looking at the fact that, hey, if this offseason, if they can just please, for the love of God, Christ, Elohim, Yahweh, all of them, if you can just increase a way to figure out a way to improve the interior defense.
I wasn't going there. That's not what I was going. No. You did all that building up. Go ahead, James. Let's see if you got it.
Yeah. my real answer. Well, I don't want y'all to hear my real answer. So
No,
my
answer,
other
give me your
answer, my real answer.
Yeah.
What do we need to do to get this team together?
What do we need to do in the offseason to fix the team?
Get Steven Jones's ass out.
That's not one either. That's not it. It's
Pay Dak, baby.
There we go.
Yeah!
We got a winner.
Nah, I still don't believe it if we play Dak.
Ain't gonna fix this team with one.
But
It
Big
ain't
Game
gonna
James,
fix
let me add some context to it.
It ain't gonna fix shit. But I'm
Big Game James, I gotta add some context to what I'm thinking about. If you pay Dak Prescott, now you got that problem removed.
Go ahead, get
and
to
now
it.
you just focus
They're
in.
not gonna do that.
You can focus in on the free agency with the leftover money.
Right.
You can look into the draft a whole lot better.
Okay, you get all them damn points for that.
But for real,
Point it up. Point it up.
Oh my goodness!
But look,
Point it
all right.
up.
In all seriousness, man, it starts and ends there. It does. Even if you don't bring him back, right? Like, I'll put this answer. Figure out the Dak Prescott situation.
Figure it out, please.
Even
Hurry
if you're
this-
going to move
hurry the
on, then
hell
we
up.
know what the rest we can do.
Right.
But
Just stop
if-
playing around and do it.
Exactly. If you don't know what's going on there, you can't possibly build the rest of your team up. You can't, man. You can't. That was fun. All right, let me get back into the chat. Abe, where'd you go, Abe? I had you up here, man. Man, it just jumped you.
You guys put those hashtags in there so we can go, man. Come on, y'all put hashtags.
It's
with
a
questions.
whole bunch of them. I haven't even
Whole
drove.
heap of them. Okay.
I think somebody tagged hashtag.
Yeah, if
late
you
night
find
hype.
something, go ahead. Yeah.
I can't remember the name because they're gonna be mad as hell at me. Somebody asked that if we didn't have Dak Prescott, who would you want to go with if we didn't get Dak?
That's. I mean, you're.
Shoot,
What are we
it's gonna
doing?
have to be a veteran quarterback. I'm not looking into the draft.
You're not.
I'm talking about.
Not
You talking about now, or are you talking about for futures?
talking about
Are you talking
now.
about 3 years from? Because you
I'm
gotta
about
look at
now.
a 3-year plan from.
I'm about
if
now.
I don't know if
future
there's
number.
at number 10. I mean, is Fields falling to you? Even I don't even know if I want Fields out there year one. But I don't know if we're not Lawrence, Zach Wilson. If we're not getting that type of guy for the year one, you got to go get a Jameis Winston or a, you know what I'm saying, one of these quarterbacks. Go look at the quarterback market. It ain't pretty.
Yeah, I'm quite sure if we didn't
is
have
there
a.
Sam
Yeah.
Darnold. No,
He's on a trade block.
Is Derek Carr available?
I heard they trying to trade him for Watson. Seriously,
I would take a Derek Carr for a couple years.
but you got to trade for him. That's the thing about this whole situation.
ain't
You want to
trading-
get
yeah,
one
I
of
ain't
those
trading no damn.
proven quarterbacks.
I
Gotta
don't
give
want
up
no damn
assets.
Cam Newton. Hell no, I don't want no damn Cam.
Cam.
I think Cam Walsh.
Hell no. And I ain't even disrespecting Cam, but hell no. I didn't think Cam was dope when he was at Carolina. He was okay. He was nice. But he wasn't like that completion percentage and all that was wild over there too.
Oh yeah, my guy Stevie. I forgot about Fitzpatrick, man. I would love to get Fitzpatrick.
Ryan
Lord,
Fitz.
so we can get 20 interceptions.
He's a bridge guy,
Oh
though.
man, yeah, of course he. I mean, you're gonna have to be
Bridge
bridge.
guy, yeah.
All these guys are bridge guy to the quarterback.
Oh, he
the
gonna throw.
Cowboys
He
draft.
gonna throw. He throwing 27 interceptions in that.
Shit, he gonna keep up with whoever you playing. I tell you
Right.
that. You ain't
Yeah,
never
you're
gonna
right,
be
but
out
he-
of it with
yeah.
that fool.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be out of it, but when we think we gonna come back, interception.
I don't know,
Fitzpatrick.
James, he balled his ass off in Miami last year.
I know he did, but did he throw hella interceptions in one game?
I don't
Yep.
know.
He did it.
I don't know what his. I mean, I can look up his numbers. I know in what was it?
He
Tampa?
always good for them. Fitzpatrick is nasty. He'll come in and get you a couple
Mhm.
games. Just don't let him play 3 in a row.
Well, he's going to probably start 16 games.
Oh, I don't want that.
Who do you
Yeah,
It got to
time
be
out,
a
time out,
Jerry's
time- Yeah,
guy,
who do you
know.
want then? I mean, what do we?
And the question is, if we didn't have Dak Prescott ever at all, if you talking about out there, I will be on the
Man, listen,
Aaron Rodgers
Fitzpatrick.
sweepstake.
Oh,
But I wouldn't want to have
They ain't
Aaron
gonna
Rodgers to
get
wear
no
number 12
damn
though.
Aaron Rodgers,
I
though.
mean,
I'm talking about
Yes.
if they preference the question if you never had Dak Prescott and you were looking for a quarterback, who would you look for if Dak Prescott wasn't here?
That's a trick.
Wouldn't you be kind of like, okay, bring in Aaron, but I wouldn't want him to wear number 12?
Yeah, but see that's too vague.
Jameis Winston,
because
Jameis
bring
Winston
in
got
Aaron
contact
means I'm
or LASIK
trading-
surgery. I like
Bring in Aaron means I'm trading assets. I ain't trading shit.
No, I ain't trading shit. Let me get Jameis Winston with them new eyes.
I'd rather Fitzpatrick. I feel like people run through a wall for Fitzpatrick. You can have a dude who eats his fingers and is a terrible leader and can't see. You can have that guy.
Okay. Yeah. And you can have that guy that's going to throw 50 interceptions in a year.
Jameis Winston literally is 30 for 30. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He literally threw for more interceptions than Fitzpatrick has ever thrown in his life.
What does Fitzpatrick do? He throws interceptions. Period.
Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions last time.
Okay, so
I love this.
Go check Fitzpatrick. What has he done?
He didn't throw 30 interceptions.
Because he's not a number 1 draft pick. He's when? Did he even get drafted?
Late night hype. Let's get back in there. Should we sign Keanu Lil, Mike Jones, or Malik Hooker? You disappeared. I was trying to get you.
Oh, Keanu Neal, Mike Jones.
We're gonna take Neal. I'm gonna just go out there on a limb. We're getting Neal.
Why?
Because you have the familiarity with Dan Quinn. He played in that system. He's not old. He's young. I know he's been a little bit injured, but they're looking for a leader to come in and be able to step in when you have a familiarity with that defensive scheme. And I think if he bring Neal in, he can be a mentor to a Donovan Wilson. I think that can maybe solidify the defense and kind of help it. And you can still draft somebody young. So I would say Neal. I like Hooker in them, but they're more injury prone than a Neal, and Neal has been productive in the NFL.
That's crazy you say that Hooker is more injury prone because Neal tore his ACL and his Achilles.
I know.
But seriously,
Hooker always
might.
Hurt,
that's the thing. Hooker might be more injury prone.
Yeah,
because he always digging.
It's gonna be cheaper.
More the same, right? We rather have somebody that's familiar with the familiarity of the system.
Word. Yeah. What about you?
Word
Hooker?
Hard as hell.
Oh man, I had to think on when I was trying to say it. Similarities with the system. We just run all the way around from the word.
Don't even get. Everybody that usually tunes into late night hype. Don't even get me started on trying to pronounce half of these damn names.
Familiarity. It's
a tongue twister because you think you gonna say it and then it goes out familiar. I'm like,
what about you, Law? Hooker or Neal?
We don't need no hookers over here, man.
Hey, Hooker, baby.
You know what?
But I think that Neal. I think Neal will be.
Hooker got the gun on you.
Shout out to Ohio State, man.
Shout out to OSU, baby.
Yeah. So I'm going with the guy that knows the system a little bit better and knows the defensive coordinator.
Oh, I beat him on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you won that one.
That was James.
A whole bunch of it. Okay.
I think it's Neal too because of the similarity.
Yeah, there you go. Why you ain't say the fam? Familiarity.
Look. It's Neal because of the fam. It's Neal because of the fam.
Yeah.
And no, but seriously, what? Hooker technically makes more sense because he's free and he's right up Dallas's alley. Oh, you've been hurt?
And he's
check.
And
you cheap? Check. You had a position that we kind of could use and not have to go high in the draft for? Check. Oh, you a safety? We ain't drafting a safety in the first 5 rounds. Check. Hooker just checks all the checks. So, yeah.
Microphone checker. 1, 2. Check.
Hey, I will never forget the Honey Badger when he said that even because he was going through the surgery aspect with his knees, and he said, even with my 2 bad broken knees, I'm better than every defensive back that the Cowboys got.
Oh,
he was pissed off because they didn't pick him up.
Yeah, the Honey Badger.
Yeah, the Honey Badger.
He's super.
He wanted to play for Dallas, by the way. He wanted to. He wanted to come over here.
Yeah, but he didn't fit our scheme. It was according to Steven.
Yeah. Hey, we're about to pick up hashtag late night hype. But before I do that, man, make sure y'all, if you're not subscribed to our channels, man, go all the way through Dallas Cowboys Network.
New subscriber too.
New subscriber, shout out to Big Game
shout
James.
Out 07018 to the Biggie level. Biggie.
Oh, that's the member. Law Nation, and we all have memberships available too. So make sure y'all go through and like this video, man. Subscribe. It really helps out the channels. When I say that, I'm not playing YouTube.
No, he ain't.
YouTube algorithm is nuts. Ain't no joke. It's not a joke. And make sure if y'all are not, excuse me, guys, you guys go follow our guy Sosa. Yes.
You don't see him, but he be.
You don't see him, but he in the back. The Cowboys Network.
He be cooking that shit.
All over all platforms, man. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, the Cowboys Network, man. Make sure I do that. All right, let's get back into the late night hype. Hashtag late night. We'll get a whole bunch. I just, it's impossible to keep up, but I'm trying, man. I saw one from Jordan. Jordan said, hashtag late night hype. Jordan Hartman. Should you consider trading Gallup for perhaps a second rounder considering our cap space? Law. We'll start with Law.
Nope. Be quiet.
We're going to flip
For
it.
a second rounder of Gallup for a second rounder, no. I think that Gallup is he's a proven commodity at this point of his career. I don't think that a second round, the unknown. Only way that I would move on from Gallup if they give us an unbelievable first round draft pick for him and something else. But I just think that Gallup this year, 2021, if Dak Prescott healthy under center, we will have a better season out of Gallup as well as Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. I like those three.
James.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say bye. I'm gonna go ahead and I love Gallup, but guess what? You always got to make your team better. That contract is coming up. This is his last year in the contract. You don't know if you're going to be able to sign him. He may want a big extension. We already said that Stephen Jones is cheap and he doesn't pay his receivers. So if Gallup thinks that he's a receiver that wants to get paid, it's not going to work in Dallas because you still have a CeeDee Lamb. You're going to have 3 receivers under contract with big money. I don't see that in Dallas. So if somebody presents yourself with a second round pick, I would say, yeah, definitely look into it because you can draft another receiver who can have another 4 or 5 years. Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah, but my thing is, with the Dallas Cowboys, yes, we had a Trayvon Diggs last year in the second round, but what scares me is that they also drafted a Tristan Hill in the second round, and they also drafted developmental players or injured players in the second round. I just don't trust the Joneses with that particular pick in the second round. I just think that you got what you can get out of Michael Gallup. Just if you can get a second round, maybe a player, that's a different story. So Gallup, go ahead.
No, I actually, while James made your points, that's why I gave you points for it. I agree with Law, and I'm not trading him for a second round pick right now. Here's a caveat. I'm going into the season with Michael Gallup. I'm running it back. Okay? Like he's that good in this with what we do. He presents a presence that the Cowboys don't necessarily have with his physicality or what have you. He's pretty clutch. I know he dropped some passes, but he's made some pretty clutch plays, and he's our red zone threat on the receiving end. Now we know that Lamb can get up and get it, but I like how he fits in this trio. Now, if the season comes along and we get calls and they want a second round pick, then I'll explore it because guess what? You're not going to sign Michael Gallup again. But why weaken what is our biggest strength right now and then make it kind of a need going into the draft? Because if you get rid of, to me, and people laugh, I believe that we needed to draft a receiver in the top 100 picks last year because we lost our third wide receiver. I consider a third starting wide receiver in today's game. You need 3 of them. Or if you have 3 of them, that's great. But you're going to play 3 of them 75, 80% of the time. So we got our 3 guys. Let's run it back. Let's see if we can get a full season with them and see what we can do. But if mid-season come and they come calling like, man, listen, we're willing to jump. We're willing to give y'all a second round pick from Michael Gallup. All right, let's do it if things aren't shaking, right? If we're not having a good season or whatever. But if we're rolling and we winning Super Bowl, not winning Super Bowls, but we're, going for the number 1 seed or what have you, maybe you don't do it. But I look at it as if you get rid of Michael Gallup now, you need to start a replacement for him right now. Like you can't just, all right, we're going to roll with Cedric Wilson. Like, no offense to Cedric Wilson, right? But I mean, I think Michael Gallup's way better. I just do. No offense to Noah Brown, I think he's way better. I just do. And the replacement level, is it as high if you get rid of a Cooper? No, right? It's short if you get rid of a Michael Gallup. But I'm trying to run it back. I really am.
Well, let me ask you this, guy. For 2021, if you have the exit strategy for Michael Gallup in the future, wouldn't you want to see a little bit more of CeeDee Lamb on the outside opposed to running majority of his slot, majority of his routes through the slot? Would you want to see him more running on the outside there?
As a fan, sure. I'm pretty sure the coaches probably know what CD can do out there. I'm not worried about CD playing outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that good. He's that good to me. Now, I will say,
and that's why
I just got to see it.
And that's why I'm cool with seeing, because I've seen Gallup and Cooper turn up. I've seen them turn up, so I know CD can turn up with them two.
Right.
And guess what? I can draft me another receiver, and I can roll with Noah Brown and Cedric Wilson and get me a nice receiver in the draft. Yeah, I can definitely do that and gather me another pick, and knowing that I may not be able to sign this kid. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
You can. I mean, obviously, you definitely can. Do I want to? I don't want to. I don't think you want to either. But if,
no, I
if
don't
they,
want
if
to.
They,
but
if they
hey.
coming to you, it's interesting. I wouldn't do it. Not like right now. Like in the draft, and they say, hey, we're giving you pick 42 for Michael Gallup. I'm good.
Well, if the Cowboys, and I'm not saying this to be, just like, okay, attention grabbing, but if they do, like, let's say they do draft a Jamar Chase
Now
or Waddle or Kyle Pitts or something like that with the 10th, do you then do that?
Yes, that's where it changes. And that's I made that point in my video in the mailbag. If you happen to take a Smith or a Waddle or a Chase, then I think you're taking them with all full intentions on moving on from Michael Gallup sooner than later. Either rolling in with those 4 guys or, hell, on draft weekend, you trade them. That's where I will go back to James and say, yes, yes, go ahead and give me the second, because I already have his, I don't want to call them these guys elite. They ain't played snap in the league yet. But these blue chip players that I know can come in here with their traits, right? Their blue chip traits. And it will manifest on the field right away, because they're going to be third in the chamber, kind of like how CeeDee Lamb was. A blue chip player. Again.
Just also, if you get your quarterback back, I mean, I'm gonna just keep it real. Dak has made these receivers better too. I mean, Amari came in 2018. He has had to have somebody throw him the ball. The team went from here to here. He had to have somebody throw him the ball, and that's what he did. And when the other receivers, Cedric Wilson, we just talked about it. Cedric Wilson took a leap. Why? He was out there practicing with Dak. Dak, I feel like, made him better. Noah Brown.
Dak literally did make him better.
I feel like Dak raised his game up. You feel what I'm saying? So when we look at these other receivers, that's why I have confidence that, I ain't jumping up and down and say, let's get rid of Gallup. But what I am saying is, if you bring your quarterback back and you get another receiver who's young and really good, and you still got these other guys, Dak is a good enough quarterback to raise those other guys level up. So it makes me feel a little more comfortable about getting rid of a Gallup, especially knowing that I may not sign him. And that's
I don't think
my
you are signing him. But that's why I think the mid-season trade is the better option, because you can still do this too, James. I can draft that 3rd or 4th round receiver you were talking about and develop him. Well, he doesn't have to step right in, because a lot of those, look at Michael Gallup. Year 1, he 3rd round pick. He wasn't ready.
Nope.
He was not ready. He needed time to develop. And it wasn't until the end of the year where, remember, he was, I forget who it was, they were talking about how Allen Hurns helped him a whole lot. And at the end of the year, he started to turn on. Why? If that's the case, I would just keep Gallup, draft my 3rd or 4th or 5th round receiver to develop to replace him. And then mid-season, if you see my man's catching up, then sure, flip him. If he ain't ready yet, then you keep them trio wide receivers and you rock out, Law. And you see what you can do. But it's not out the question, though. That's why we're talking about it. The trade.
Right. Yeah. So
great late night hype question there. I got some women. It's a whole bunch in here, man. I'm sorry I didn't get to all y'all. Okay. You want to get to Dr. Footballs, or y'all want to go to?
Come on, Dr. Football been going nuts up in here, man. He go ham. I seen Mark yelling at you the other day, Dr. Football. I seen Mark Holmes yelling at your ass the other day.
Yeah. So let's see what the doctor, what Doc got to say.
Well, he didn't say hashtag late night hype, but he said, hold on real quick. Okay. He said, what is Dak elite at? I don't know why he has the words elite has to be thrown out, but what is Dak elite at? He's an elite deep ball thrower.
Yeah, he's one of the top in that.
Those are stats are proving that he's an elite deep ball thrower.
Elite deep ball thrower. Takes care of in regards to passing and fumbled the ball a lot last year. But anyway, go ahead.
I was just going to say he definitely takes care of the ball as far as that touchdown interception ratio. Completion percentage, I'm not going to say that's elite, but damn, if you look at his completion percentage from 2016 all the way to now, it's been damn good.
For the offense he's in, it is. Trust me. He's not in a dink and dunk. I'm gonna throw it to my running back 70 times. I'm Sean McVay. I'm throwing at the line of scrimmage offense. He's one of the most aggressive quarterbacks in the league, and he still have his completion rate 65, 66%. So yeah.
Yeah. We had Church on the team. Well, on the call was Late Night Hype, and we asked him in that Green Bay game, who would you rather have? Dak Prescott or Tony? He said, nah, Dak won us. He won the locker room.
And you know what?
And yeah,
I'm not even going to, because I was going to ignore the whole leadership thing, but damn it, I'm not doing that no more. We've talked to too many players, entirely
invaluable.
Too many players that put a huge stamp, stamp on the leadership, on being able to galvanize the locker room, man. And they always
That's not easy.
It's not.
Sky.
It's not. And I'm not going to sit here and diminish it. So yes, he's elite at that too. I'm sorry if y'all think
Super
that
elite.
It's not throwing the ball. Okay, whatever. He still can throw the ball. He just so happens to be able to make dudes want to run through the wall for them. He just so happens.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Oh, I got another fact for it. Darren Woodson. I think that he's a very credible source. He said that he compared Dak Prescott workout and his leadership roles and the thing that he does on the field to Michael Irvin. He said his office sits out over there at the Star Frisco, overlooks the practice field. And he said the first person there every single practice was Dakota Prescott, and he was the last one to lead. And on top of that, he didn't pass or throw the ball just to the star receivers. He threw the ball around to everybody. So I don't know if that counts as an elite category, but to me, that counts.
Go ahead, Scott.
I was going to piggyback off your Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown. If you look at Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown's involvement when Dak was there, they were making plays. When they left, I don't recall a Cedric Wilson reception. I mean, I'm sure you had one, but do you remember one?
Yeah, I don't remember Cedric Wilson no more because he was turning up in that Seattle game with Dak. You feel me? Dak made him look real good. You feel me? And not just that, Sky. When I had Matt Johnson on last night, and Matt played with Barry, and I compared that. I said, Barry said this about with Romo and Dak, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna keep it real. I played with Romo, and he said I can agree with that. He said Romo, in the fourth quarter was elite. You listen to Romo, he could bring you back. He said, but Dak is different with that locker room, and that's what I keep hearing. And just like you said, Sky, it's underrated. You don't understand how hard it is for men to follow you. You don't understand to get a locker room and men to follow you.
Dr. Football, I totally understand you saying you want men to lead themselves. I have to ask you, Dr. Football, I'm not being smart, but have you played a sport where you're in a locker room with people? Have you played a sport where leadership was key, was important, where you leaned on somebody on your team?
It's like a job, Sky.
You can't sit here and just say, grown men should just lead themselves.
No, that's not
That's
true.
not how. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the sport in of itself. Yes, they need to take care of themselves. Yes, they need to, groom them. They need to do things they need to do to be grown men. But in between those lines, in that locker room, there is an alpha and omega, right? There is, There is that guy. There is.
That's real.
On all championship teams. And if you don't have that guy, or if that guy at the most important position on the team can't be a little bit of a leader, what did we hear about Tony Romo before he became a little bit of a leader? He wasn't one.
Yeah.
He wasn't one.
And not just that.
He was going to Cabo and doing all these old crazy stuff, and people wasn't really, and saying, I don't care. If losing 44-6 to go to the playoffs is what happens to me, I'll be fine.
He got crucified after that. He got crucified.
Because leaders don't do that.
He changed his whole mantra. And didn't we even hear Jerry Jones said, I wish Tony Romo was like Peyton Manning.
Oh, yeah. People fail to realize that. Yeah.
I wish he trained and was like Peyton Manning, where he was just studying the game all the time and was just on it.
Yeah,
and what was that saying? I know what I'm just saying, the leadership aspect. Like I said,
it matters.
Football is a team game. And I don't care, even at a job. If you have good leadership at a job, you follow it.
So he played in coach, Dr. Football. So then you don't even need us to explain this, Dr. Football.
Right.
You know this. You know this.
Right, I'm done with Dr. Football.
Hey, yeah. But what we really need to do, man, we need to reach out to my dogs, man, see if we can get Jason Hatchett on the show, man, because he spit nothing but the truth about the leadership and the qualities and everything.
I don't want the Q treatment. I don't want the Quincy Carter treatment.
Yeah.
So he understands.
Yeah, he understands though. You know.
Yeah. What I don't want to get, like I said, the reason why I don't want to get too caught up on the leadership thing is because I think it kind of his talent shouldn't be below that. Like the leadership thing supersedes the fact that Dak has become a better player. Like we're forgetting that. We're forgetting he's improved. Guess what, guys? He's did this one thing that no one allows quarterbacks to do anymore. He developed.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God. He developed. And he's still developing. So it's not like this is Dak Prescott you're getting in 2021. It's not Dak Prescott in 2017. You know what I'm saying? Like follow his improvements and then project it. That's the one thing that the Cowboys are terrible at. Was terrible at. It was projecting. They couldn't project the quarterback climate. They couldn't project the salary cap climate, the market of the quarterbacks. And they wanted to wait. And here we are. When you could have got him for 32 million. You could have got him for that. Just by simple projections, which really is not hard. I'm not some super cap guy. But dog, the one position that is going up exponentially, right? Is that the word? The one position that's going up like that is quarterback. How did y'all not see that and get it done? But nonetheless, man.
Let me answer this super chat right quick. Adrian Dyson, he says, well, we give McClay a lot of credit for the draft picks. Who's responsible for the garbage free agents that we bring in? He said the Ravens brought in Peters for a 6th-round draft pick, I believe. And why can't we pull off trades like that?
We did, didn't we?
Well, Peters, he's
Quinn.
one of those guys.
That's the one.
Quinn,
I'm going to give him credit for that one because who was sitting at the table with Quinn?
Yeah,
Will McClay.
Yeah.
You know, so I gotta give him that. Who was responsible?
I mean, he's got to take an L for this past free agency. He's got to take an L for it.
You know what?
I really panned out.
I don't got a problem giving him that, but
yeah, but he's been pretty consistent though. But he can take an L too. Who doesn't take an L as a general manager?
But I don't even put that on him though, James.
I'm
talking about Will McClay, you know, for all of these.
Those guys, Ozzie Newsome was a dog, but every year he ain't hit every year. It was some years okay, but when you're talking about consistency, that's what you're talking about. Consistently, Will McClay consistently brings in good players though.
But there's a lot of Chiefs in there, man, and there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen over here in Dallas.
Will McClay ain't the GM, so right. Will McClay go to Steven and be like, yo, Steven, Tyrann Mathieu good. Steven,
right?
Says Will McClay. That's gonna cost too much.
True story.
All right, let me do the fallback plan. Aha, Clinton Dix. Boom, let's do it.
There you go. Yep. There you go. You're right.
Hey,
because
Steven,
guess who is the
Dominican
director of player personnel?
Steven Jones.
Steven
Jones.
Will McClay go to Dominican Sue or go to Steven? Steven, Dominican Sue, man. Ooh, he still got it. Ain't gonna cost too much.
Yeah.
You know what? Terry Poe. That's it. That's the one. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Will McClay can only go to Steven and with these players, and then Steven is going to sign him. He don't got that juice.
Yeah.
He don't got that juice.
And then Steven Jones is known for saying, hey, we did make moves in the free agency. We signed our own players. Remember that?
No, not just that. Steven Jones is good for – this is what they do. They manipulate the media and say, let's say there's a player out there. They'll lowball him instantly and say, we made an offer. To make it look good to the funny? Cowboys fan. We made an offer. We made an offer.
You know what's funny? I don't even know that I trust Steven with the bag. Like, I hope somebody else comes in because we don't remember this too much, but these motherfuckers wanted to pay Sammy Watkins
$17 million.
A ridiculous amount of money. I know damn well that wasn't no damn well. I know that wasn't Will McClay, fam. Like, I know that wasn't. I could be wrong. It could have been Will. But I'm going on the limb and say this was Steven. Steven was thinking he was getting the number one dude for Lolo or what have you. And thank God it didn't work out. But they wanted to pay him some money that he wasn't even close to being worth. I don't even know if I trust him, fam.
And I don't think that McClay evaluates the money side of it. He only evaluates the player acquisition, the player talent side of it. He don't evaluate the money and the numbers. I think Steven and Jones and Jerry and all of them. You know.
He said he didn't want to do it. If you listen to Will McClay in his interviews, he said he didn't want to have any parts of what they do. So that's why they love messing with Will McClay, because he's cool with his role, and they like that. As long as you cool with the role and you don't want to mess with the money and don't talk about none of that, we love that. We got all that covered. You just go over there and get us some talent. We'll tell you if we like them or not.
Yeah, and this is another thing. I got to say this for everybody, and we're not Dak Prescott apologists, but this is the reality. Dak Prescott.
What are you talking about, Dak Prescott?
No, I know what he's saying.
Well, I'm just saying. So many people saying Dak is greedy, but no, Dak Prescott literally said he do not negotiate during the season. So what happened here? His agent may be whatever it is, but Dak Prescott himself do not negotiate during the season. He said all he's focusing on is the football. It's never him negotiating.
The players are never negotiating. They tell the players, the agent comes back to them, and they ain't never negotiating. It's always the agent. So what are people even talking about? And stop talking all this stuff about greed. You played in the NFL, you broke a leg, you broke an arm, you broke a limb, a spleen, a back, you broke any of that, you gonna want to get paid too, ain't you, if you get your back broke every daggone week?
Yeah, I don't even like to give emotion to the greedy thing. I mean, what do you I'm not saying you're wrong for it. Good. I'm glad you're doing it because I don't got it in me. I mean, right. So I'm just like, what are you talking about, man? He's just trying to get paid, just like every other player in the league. It ain't about being greedy. At some point, somebody's going to pay him.
Yeah.
Just like all these players, all these top tier players are going to get the bag. That's just the way it works. It ain't your money.
Why you get mad? Like you said, why?
Time out. It's not even the Joneses' money. It's the salary cap.
Right. It ain't none of our money. Why the hell we getting? Why are you getting so mad? That greedy. It ain't your money.
Salary cap. Now, if Dak got paid and start playing like trash or always getting hurt, then you can call that out. You'd be like, yeah, man, he's not playing what he's worth, like we did with Tyron Crawford, right? Like, listen, I ain't mad at Tyron getting the bag. I'm mad at Zeke getting the bag, but I'm mad at the worth. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at the worth. So it is what it is. I'm not ever gonna be mad at somebody getting the greed. That's crazy.
It's so funny that with these people that say all this stuff, and I don't care how you can't compare it. I am gonna compare it. Y'all say that about these players, but you go to your job and you've been busting your ass and doing in 4 years being top dog. You're going to go in there and say, and you're allowed to say, you know, I want a raise. You're going to go in there. Nah, I was cool. Just give me $1 and something. They deserve better because, you know, I want to keep the team together. You ain't going to that damn boss and saying that shit. You're going to go there and be like, I want the bag. I want what I've earned. And if I don't get it, I might look elsewhere. So stop your lying.
And context matters, y'all. Like no one ever puts context to Dak's situation in regards to contract negotiation. This is still, granted, it's going into year 6, year 5, whatever it is, year 6. This is Dak Prescott's first contract.
Get him.
So when people talk about Tom Brady taking less, Tom Brady took less 4, 5, 6 contracts later. In his first contract, he was one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. If you look at all the quarterbacks, specifically the first round picks, that came up on their deals, they got paid in the top 3, if not set the market, because guess what? It was their first contract. That's just the way it goes. I mean, it's the way it goes. So this is Dak's first contract negotiation still. So yes, I'm not going to shortchange myself. Why would I do that? Because guess what? I'm only 28. I'm going to be up for another one. And if they say I got over on you then, I'm going to get over on you again. And what if he win a Super Bowl or 2? Then what? Because I'm going to be real with you. I truly believe no matter if this dude won a Super Bowl, they will still lowball him.
Yeah.
Because they have this cheap ass mentality. It's mind boggling to me that we got to do it my way. I'm not breaking for you. You're going to sign this deal. Crazy, man. I digress. I'm going to end it on that Dak note. I don't want to turn it into a Dak show more than it already is.
Please don't.
The Dak.
And once again, before we end the Dak thing, I've said this months ago. Instead of us talking about draft picks and the draft and what kind of players, what are we talking about? Our quarterback again.
Oh my God.
They love that.
Y'all on that dumb shit.
They love that.
Y'all on that. Yeah, they love that. They love to keep them in the damn media so they can keep getting money.
It ain't just him. Look, watch this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, and I know you say stuff about my recall. I'm trying to recall here. 2014, was it after the 2014 season? We had a contract up for Dez. that dragged all the way to July.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
Right? 2016, I'm not sure who the player was. I can't quite remember. I believe after the 2018 season, we dragged Marcus Lawrence out with the tag. Then after that, we dragged Marcus Lawrence out with the tag again, and then Ezekiel Elliott. And now in 2020, we're going to drag. You see the theme here? They don't mind this. Because what were people talking about? Dez Bryant, his contract holdout negotiations, whatever. DeMarcus Lawrence, his contract negotiations. Dak Prescott, his contract negotiations. Ezekiel Elliott. This is a lot of fodder for them in the media. They like to drag this out. We know the Joneses love that. So, this isn't a shocker to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
DeMarco Murray. Thank you, Tyrone. 2016, it was DeMarco Murray. Remember that?
Yeah.
Cowboys, Eagles. Where are you going to go? What are you going to sign him? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, man. Listen, party shots. We don't want to hold y'all. We already held y'all for like 2 hours with our a little hiccup. But nonetheless, did y'all enjoy that? The hashtag late night hype with the points? That was fun.
Yeah.
I like that. I got to do that again, man. I had to do that one more game.
I like that beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
It took me way back. I thought you was that Anthony Rosello.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony Reale.
Tony Reality.
Tony
Yeah.
Reale.
Well, Max Kellerman was the first dude.
I know he was.
And
Max was good at it though.
He was. He was awesome at that.
Max was nice at that.
All you gotta do now is ball up that little paper ball and he'll throw it back in.
Now his ass done got Hollywood as hell. Hollywood Max.
Yeah, Max be on some weird stuff.
I like Max's boxing take, man.
Oh, no, he's
like
good
Max
boxing.
is a beast at boxing.
Yeah.
That's where he cut his teeth at.
Yeah, that's where he need to stay.
And regardless of what we look at it, even Stephen A. Smith, I like his basketball stuff, football.
Okay.
Yeah, football, Stephen A. Smith, I'm like, come on, man.
I don't want to hear
Stephen
nothing
A.
Stephen,
Smith.
nothing. Shut the hell up. I give him his respect though.
When he actually do basketball analysis, like the game and actual whatever surrounding it,
And he ain't got the tape around him.
I can't listen to him.
Cool.
Other than that, he needs to shut up about football, dog.
Oh yeah, and he ain't gonna never go back to MMA, whatever that stuff he was trying to do when Joe Rogan got on to him, boy.
Oh, when he was on that and was talking, I said, "Bruh, you greedy."
Greedy. Now that's greedy. Huh?
You know they gonna get on you.
He was greedy.
Greedy. That Joe got 50 million shows, man.
You know they gonna get on you for that.
Greedy.
Man. Any party shots, man?
Oh man, I just like to say this, man.
I want to say.
Go ahead
first, Law, because you's a birthday guy. You get your last speech.
Yeah.
I mean, you trying to jump in there all early and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just want to give my parting shot to my guy, Law Nation, my mentor one more time, dog. My mentor who brought me up in this game of media, showed me the ropes, schooled me on what to look at, what to look for, was always giving me tips.
Till this day.
Just always, to this day. And it's been for real a brother, not just a brother, but been a brother in this game of media and really just opened my eyes to a lot of things I never knew. So just salutes to you, big dog. Salutes on our friendship, man. I just really appreciate you. I love you with the bottom of my heart, man. You got 2 beautiful daughters. You got a beautiful wife. Your mom, everything. I just really appreciate your humbleness, your realness, your great attitude. Your even keel. Your inspirational words, man. I've been down and out sometimes mentally, and you've helped me mentally in a lot of things. So I just want to tell you, I appreciate my friendship with you, and happy birthday, bro. And I just wish you many, 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 many more, dog. Salutes to you and everything you do, man. You deserve it.
Indeed.
Appreciate you, man.
I can't top that, bro. I can't top that, bro. You're the Godfather, man. You are truly the Godfather.
For sure.
No, but seriously, man, you are a dog, and huge happy birthday to you, man. Many more. I had no idea it was in February. My son's is this month, so y'all share a special birthday month together, dog. Happy birthday, fam. Enjoy it. I saw the big steak that you had. You sent a picture of that.
Dog,
How was that?
I wish you could share the picture, man, to everybody, man.
I ain't loaded up.
That that picture was
that thing. I lied to y'all.
dog.
Not that stick.
Let me see if I can find it for y'all, man. I don't know if you probably be able to put it on there that quick, but yeah, it was a good one, man. She surprised me, man. She took me to Perry Steakhouse downtown Dallas. It was nice, man. Oversee the city. Dallas is a pretty city, man, and we had a great time, man. Mm-hmm. That's where I was when all of the breaking news was going on this weekend with Matthew Stafford and Senior Bowl. I was eating steak. I was a king, you know. I was like, I want that my shoulder out, you know.
Hey,
chest out and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, hey, before we go, man, make sure
y'all. I like that. They call Steve Lumpton calls the Black Beatles. I'm gonna roll with that one.
Didn't somebody? Oh no, they put us up on the Three Musketeers. That was that one.
Three Musketeers.
Three Amigos. I'll go with them.
I wish we didn't have copyright issues. I'll play that Black Beatles song.
Man, Black Beatles, man, them Beatles wasn't no joke.
It wasn't.
I'm talking about the it's from the other group. I forget the Young Buck group.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, they did the little challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
Black Beatles.
Shout out to Jimmy 07018, man. Thank you for the donation to help elevate the nation, man. Really appreciate it.
Shout out to you for membership too. Oh, damn, that was loud.
Oh, my bad.
Always loud.
I'm killing you, man.
Always loud today.
My bad, man. Big Game James gonna be one ear over there. Like, hey, man, what was going on?
Yeah, Big Game James gonna be here.
That's it. Cha-ching, you know I'm old. Damn, don't do that.
Man, they gonna have to have training camp at Oxnard, man. If they do, man, all three of us, man.
All three of us.
All three, man. Boy, it's gonna be fantastic, man.
All three.
All right, man.
Man, Sky, I just gotta say this with you, Sky.
Get your injection.
Well, we'll talk about that. But
that's another show.
But Scott, man, you know, I really appreciate you and Big Game James for helping me celebrate my birthday today. And everybody that's in the chat, man, I really appreciate you all, especially from the bottom of my heart, man. I got so many messages about happy birthday, man, and so many surprise donations through my PayPal and my Cash App today. I really appreciate all of you guys. All of this stuff is not done in vain, because I believe in the hearts of hearts when we get that, like, somebody's going to reach out to us. Watch. And I'm just going to put it out there in the atmosphere. Somebody's going to reach out to us, and it's going to be an unbelievable situation. Kind of like the Joe Rogan type of groove. Watch. And then all of a sudden, y'all going to be turning on your TV, and I say, hey, man, I know that dude. That's Big Game James. Oh, man, that's Skywalker, man. Hey, y'all remember they dudes? They did the late night hype. Y'all remember when they was out here doing that thing and promoting this and bringing on that guy? And all what it is just one interview away.
With the best.
Yes, indeed, man. Especially don't let us get Michael, the Playmaker Irvin, on this show. Ooh, don't let us get Playmaker.
He brought the auto.
That's for your birthday, dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. And I would never forget any of you guys that's here. We ain't gonna ever have the big head around here. Ain't that right, Sheila Neal, Ruglock, Jessica, even Dr. Football, everybody. I see y'all in here, Williams, Kelvin, Richard, everybody, man. Lingo, everybody that's here. Ruglock, Shane.
This train ain't stopping, man. We going up, up, and up.
Up and up.
With that said, rock out. Late night hype, man.
No party like a cowboy party, because a cowboy party don't stop. Let's go.
Appreciate you guys. Make sure y'all keep rocking with us on all of our channels. Silver Blue Nation, Dallas Cowboys Network, Raw Nation, the Cowboys Network. Shout out to the Mod guys. Appreciate you. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all beautiful, lovely, lovely night. We out.